Well, the London home of Prince William and Kate has been opened to the public. Kensington Palace has undergone an $18 million makeover in preparation for the Queen's Diamond Jubilee celebrations.
Well, visitors will be able to explore dozens of rooms and view 4 exhibitions, including a collection of Diana's most elegant dresses. Martin Stew has this look inside.
The only thing brighter than the spring sunshine on Kensington Palace this morning was the mood of those queuing outside.
This way it was when it was built. It's beautiful. It's been the tourist thing. People out from the British Isles. It's absolutely magnificent.
The palace, which was once home to Princess Diana, has had a £12 million facelift inside and out.
3, 2, 1.
There are 25 staterooms to explore, but it's one display which has got everyone excited.
Diana's dresses. We're both, well, I'm a huge fan of Diana, and she's just followed on, you know. I've got loads of Diana memorabilia, and I couldn't miss this today, seeing our dresses.
I'm visiting from South Africa, so I used to live here, and I was always a big fan of her, so I wanted to see the dresses really.
She is worldly famous, sure, and it would be a pleasure to know the place where she used to live.
On show, 5 of Diana's most iconic dresses, including this never-before-displayed Emmanuel black silk taffeta gown, which she wore on her very first public engagement with Prince Charles.
This is the biggest thing that's happened to this palace since the 1720s, 1730s. What we wanted to do was to open up the stories of the palace, stories ranging from William and Mary in the late 1600s right up until the present day.
And in the Queen's Diamond Jubilee year, royal interest shows no sign of waning after the highs of William and Catherine's marriage.
With this ring, I thee wed.
But it's a different wedding which is inspiring much of this exhibition. It was on these steps that Queen Victoria first met Prince Albert, and the Victorian age was born.
That's when she fell in love with him. She taught him how to dance, and he taught them. That's when they fell for each other. And the room, that's what the story tells here. In the room just behind me, it's the love room. It tells the story of how they fell in love with each other.
Victoria became Queen just 3 weeks after her 18th birthday. The interactive exhibits and hands-on experience are designed to tell the story in her own words. Entry to the staterooms doesn't come cheap.
£31.90, please.
But it seems when it comes to the People's Princess, there are plenty willing to pay.
Well, royal commentator Dickie Arbiter joins us now. Good morning to you. Good to see you.
Morning, Mel.
So Kensington Palace is obviously quite large. William and Kate are going to occupy apartment 1A, aren't they? And that's not open to the public. How does that compare to the average size flat?
Well, it's pretty big. In fact, it's very big. It probably the average size of 2 homes that we know in the UK. And there'll be a lot of room for them to stretch out, a lot of room for them to have children, eventually when they do. So by normal standards, it is very large, about 6 bedrooms, so that gives you an idea.
Oh, wow. So Princess Margaret's, isn't it? Used to be in there. So as a palace as a whole, is it seen as a happy place from Diana's years?
I don't think it's a happy place. Victoria wasn't happy there. Her mother dominated her in the 19th century. Diana wasn't particularly happy. Yes, she was happy there in the initial years, always happy when William and Harry were with her, but she was alone most of the time, so it wasn't a happy place for her. It wasn't a happy place for Princess Margaret either. She lived there with Lord Snowdon when they got married, when they got divorced, and it was an acrimonious divorce at that. She lived alone. She had a succession of boyfriends. But we know what happened there. She was a woman alone, so she wasn't happy either. Seems to have a dark cloud over it.
Wow.
Here's hoping William and Catherine can change it and make it a happy place. It's due.
You're really cheery today.
Yeah, no. So it's a big place, and obviously only a little bit of it is open to the public. Is it going to be open for a long time, and how do they make sure the public doesn't get into the private areas?
Well, the public have never been able to get into the private areas. They're well secure. You can't actually go from the state apartments, the public apartments, through to the private area. So it's secure in terms of the private area. I think William and Catherine will be very happy there. It is secure. There is a sort of, not a ring of steel, but there is a fence around it. There is security around it. So they'll be protected in terms of the public. There's a lot of space for them to walk around with, you know, when they eventually do have children. So it will be, to all intents and purposes, a happy home, you know, unlike in previous generations when it hasn't been particularly happy. I'm sure they'll make a terrific love nest out of it.
Excellent. All right, Dickie, thank you for that.